Guys, this is Julian with Julian Tech Reviews, and we're here with another exciting video today. This is my first 24 hours with the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. I have the Jade colorway, and it is 256 gigs. And I'm going to tell you my first 24 hours of how exciting and some of the things that I wish that were on it. But we're going to do that coming soon. And before we do that, please like, subscribe to this channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the love and support. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my review. So the first 24 hours are always kind of special when it comes to doing your brand new phone some service and justice. Initially out of the box, there's a lot of great feels, great technology. And as you can see on my first opening unboxing, everything was so exciting and amazing. Now it's time to get to the real nitty gritty to see exactly in those first 24 hours, did I experience things that made me regret my purchase or things that reaffirm my purchase, and Google truly has stepped it up. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the first thing, which is the cover screen and usability. So Google has been the first company first American company that comes out with an entire screen that is essentially the same size as a candy bar style phone. So there's never been really a huge issue with accessing your text messages and things like that. So I'm not surprised that it is still a good feeling when you have the second iteration of this form factor of a foldable phone. So let's talk about the cover screen. I'm able to check my social media with basically like one hand and just go up and down with no problems, one-handed. It's very smooth, and I could, text with no issues, start up a text message. Typing is a joy on the cover screen, so no issues there, and no stalls and no lag in the software production of the phone. And it feels really good one-handed. The lightweight body makes it very manageable, and it's almost the same weight as like a general iPhone Pro Max, which is very surprising that Google was able to fit this entire foldable within those parameters. Now, it is more of a compact portfolio type of phone where it gives you kind of like that passport, but Google has allowed you to fit into the palm of your hands, which is great. So media, social media, YouTube, Facebook, everything just generally works on the cover screen, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, the second part I want to talk about is the fluidity when it's folded and unfolded. So let's go ahead and embrace the unfolded. So this is a beautiful tablet screen. Now, some might say that you can see this crease, and it is prevalent here, but it doesn't have anything to do with the experience with this phone, at least in this 24 hours. I'm able to, open up an app as normal. So I can go into this confirmed app from Adidas and then, successfully transition, to cover screen, and it automatically resizes and goes to a more compact candy bar style screen. And you can do it the opposite way as well. So I really enjoy that feature of the phone. And you can go into the settings and make sure that feature is turned on. My history with the Google Pixel Fold in the line, I've used it before, so they probably use my same settings. But if you're not experiencing that smooth transition, then just check your settings. Also, the inner screen, the apps on the inner screen are just as good. I mean, you're getting a big, beautiful, bold screen. So for instance, if I go on Instagram, I'm getting the full screen. It is taking up all the real estate. I'm not having any issues with bezels or anything. You can pretty much scroll the entire screen. And once again, you can transition these screens back to a more compact cover screen, experience. And as I mentioned before, in various lightings, you can see, the crease. But as I mentioned before, it's not a huge bother. Now, Google has redesigned their hinge to make it more less mechanical and more fluid. And the reports are in with me. That is pretty much a good thing. I don't hear any grinding or any kind of like sound when the hinge is being used. And they've made it to where it's fully tight. There's no hole, there's no opening. So there is no sand or any kind of water that's coming down the pipeline. And let's just take a second to enjoy the hinge. All the way flat. This is, a huge upgrade from last year's Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, because even though it was all the way open, the last year's model, it still was a little bit, it made you want to like open it up a little bit more to keep it flat. So that's cool. And then another thing I want to talk about is my experience with Pixel AI and Gemini. So the circle to search function is, still alive and prevalent. So you go to the cover screen, you see the bar there, and just hold it and go circle to search. It still works on the cover screen. And then the inner screen, it's there too. You might have to enable it, but I haven't really used it as much. I use it mainly on the cover screen, but it is there. And let's talk about the Tensor G5 chip, and let's talk about the AI speed. So I'm going to ask Gemini a complex question. So if I were to go to a baseball game at 10 o'clock and then wanted to leave around 1 o'clock and go grab a sandwich in between, how long do you think it would take me to get to point A to point B?
That's an interesting question that combines event timing with an in-between errand. Since I don't know the specific baseball stadium or where you want to grab a sandwich, I can't give you an exact time. However, I can provide a step-by-step breakdown of the factors that will determine how long it takes to get from point A, the stadium, to point B, the sandwich shop, around 1 p.m. The total time for your trip from the stadium to a sandwich shop will be the sum of these 4 factors. 1. Exiting the stadium, 5 to 30.
As you can see, just asking a kind of complex question, the response time is less than 10 seconds, and it generated a novel. It gave me points 1 through 4. It's given me an estimated total time range in a tablet table format, and then ultimately answer my question towards the bottom here. So Google Pixel AI and Gemini, hands down the best on the market. You can argue with me all you want to, but that's just how things go around here. Okay, and let's talk about some other features. I think this is a core Fold feature. This multitasking is amazing. So you can't go no wrong with having a tablet and being able to utilize the multitasking. So let me just show you a couple examples of what I've experienced. So I got your general Google Mail opened up, and let's say I wanted to open up another app. So you just select that little drop down, and then you hit split screen, and you can go from here and you can select, for instance, Google Docs, not Socks. Okay, and then you can open that up, and voila. And not only do you have both side by side, you can readjust the screen for either side. So you want more of the dock side, dock side, you get a lot of the dock side. And you can select this bar in the middle, or you can actually turn it and then have it landscape mode to where you have Gmail down here. Or you can, let's see, I believe you can swap it. Yep, just double tap and it swaps just like that. So with other folds like the Galaxy C Fold 7, you can hold it and that switch comes and you can switch it around like that. So that's pretty cool. What a pleasant experience to have this multitasking feature. And look how beautiful it looks when you're holding it. This is truly like the best foldable experience you can have. Okay. And there's some other features. So for instance, you could drag and drop. Let's drop an email. There you go. Let's try another image. Oh, voila. So with multitasking, if there's an inspiration that you see from a website, you can go ahead and just hold it, and then you can drag the file over. And as soon as that shows up, oh, so here's just a key point to remember. When you're dragging and dropping from one app to another, there's kind of like this blue cutout that circles around it. It's highlighted around it. So once that's available, you can go ahead and drop it. And that's the drag and drop feature, which is awesome if you're very creative or have an inspiration on a browser that you want to just drop into an email. You got it right here. So that's amazing. Let's talk about performance. Now, this phone, when I play other games, I don't play a lot of heavy like Genshin Impact or other racing games other than Asphalt. My experience with it is middle of the road. I didn't play much of it, and however this model does heat up a little bit. Let me go ahead and turn that down a little bit. But with the limited experience I did have with it, I was able to, play this video game without any kind of super duper heating on the phone. I was able to, not have any slowdowns when it comes to the frames per second. I'm able to play on this, at least 30 minutes without no problem. And the graphic images are amazing. So no issues, near the hinge or the logo that's causing any kind of like problems. So you're gonna get, quality chip that is useful for these games in frames per second. And as you can see, I'm playing the game and it is awesome to have this huge screen. Now I'm curious to see if I close it, what will happen. It'll pause it and it'll go back. So you have the options to go cover screen or unfold it and vice versa. And then you go landscape. No, you gotta stay with the portrait. So there's a little bit of heating and they definitely can work on that. They don't have the absolute best chip. It is their proprietary Google Tensor G5 chip. So it is what it is. Now let's talk about the battery life. Okay, the battery life on this is amazing. So I've had this phone charged pretty much 100% on the charger, and I took it off later in the day, and just kind of left it as is because I didn't want to test the battery. And I got through the day with having like maybe 30% battery life on there. And that's with heavy use of using apps, responding to emails, checking on YouTube, searching, social media, all that. And it is amazing. Like you can literally get a nice 10-hour period, moderate to heavy use, and it is going to last you pretty much all day. And it does give me peace of mind that I do have this foldable phone that I pay $2,000 for, and I have an IP68 water resistance rating. So that's unheard of. So if I'm in the shower and I'm using this phone, I have no problem getting it splashed or having it submerged. So there is no issues when it comes to that. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is the photography. Now, it's better for me to show you rather than tell you, But a couple of key features there, that the photography does very well in dimly lit circumstances. So I've videotaped my son playing football, and I've had no issues videotaping. The zoom is a little bit interesting because you can get a great wide angle, long distance video with 4K for 60 frames per second. But as you get into that mid area, and you'll see in some of these videos and pictures that I try to adjust to get a more clear picture, it starts to get a little bit blurry. But when you get closer, that telephoto lens really captures the entire feel and moment of those videos. And I'll show you that in the next couple of pictures here in the slide deck. So stay tuned. All right, let's talk about the charging speed. So the charging speed wired from a low percentage, so about 20% or 10%, it'll charge, with a 30 plus watt charger, it'll charge, about, I would say 75% if you just leave it alone and don't have like any, messages or things like that. So Google claims 50% in 30 minutes. So I think they're about right when it comes to that charging percentage. So you're going to get a quick charge and it's going to last you all day. That's a great combination for this. Now let's talk about wireless charging. So it does have, Qi 2 wireless charging up to 15 watts, with the compatible one. No issues with that. So either way, you can do it portrait or you can do it sideways, but it'll meet its mark. So that's pretty cool. And don't forget that the Google lineup in the 10, they have wireless charge, or they have not only wireless charging, but they have Magsafe. So you can safely use Magsafe accessories or Magsafe items. I decided to buy Google's Magsafe charging or Magsafe stand here. But the problem with buying this one, and when Google introduces things, stuff kind of falls apart. So it had a really good, hinge to where it wasn't as flimsy as it is. But nevertheless, this is their first attempt to get Magsafe accessories, and that's what you got. So you got a Magsafe foldable phone. Isn't that interesting? And while it had really good strength here, it doesn't have it anymore. So just be wary when you're purchasing this one for $20. That's gonna suck. So it is what it is. But you're just gonna have to go with that. And I would say one other thing, other than their flimsy accessories, I didn't purchase like any of their cases because you're already at $2,000 buying this, and I just got one of these aftermarket Amazon cases, which I think looks quite good. So this one covers it, from head to toe because I want to protect the investment. And it does have no hinge protection, which I don't drop it on my hinge anyways. But it does change the feel of the phone. Well, it makes it more secure. It does feel a little bit sharp on the side. So just be wary when you're purchasing cases on there. Nevertheless, it protects the frame. It protects the back with this polycarbonate, and it has this nice little TPU material here. And I'll throw a link in the description if you're interested. Not expensive, about $16 or so. And it opens up very well and very satisfyingly well. So as we wrap this up, one other thing I wanted to mention is I really wish Google would add a better face unlock feature. If you're in total darkness, it won't be able to identify you similar to Apple's face unlock will identify you. So, and then Samsung has a good face unlock as well. I just wish Google had a little bit better, but in dark areas, it really doesn't capture your face to unlock it. So you got to get closer or use the fingerprint here. So there's a plethora of ways. I just wish it was a little bit better so I can do it at night without having to type or use my fingerprint. So this is very snappy phone. It is $17.99. So if you can get it for cheaper, I do suggest you do that because Google is doing great things. And this foldable, it's a new year. It's a relatively the same body, but if you're in the market for one, this is a very good one to start with, especially if you're in America. That's all I can say. I do recommend this. I love the color. I love the jade. I love the polished finish. So everything about this in the last 24 hours has been exciting and amazing. And thank you for stopping by the Julian Tech Review channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and peace.